starts then, I suppose.
Let's do it.
Rock it and roll it.
All right, and so welcome to Game Over Here, the video game podcast created by gamers for gamers, with our host Leon,
Dave.
The stag beetle himself.
Welcome back.
guest this week, Simon Roth, with his game Maia.
Hello.
Maya.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, Simon. How you doing, my man?
Maia.
I'm alright. Pretty good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. So, obviously, the big thing that's happened, Microsoft press conference.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's get down to business.
I think we're going to have to go in straight on this.
Absolutely.
I think it'd be stupid if we ignored it. So.
They did well for themselves, considering they didn't mention the word TV or sport or, like last
Or Connect.
Yeah, or Connect.
Yeah, that's because they dropped that shit.
Drop it like it's hot.
Fucking hell. I only saw the last bit, so I'm going to sort of leave this up to you guys. However, I suppose I want to start on what I saw.
Go on.
The Division. I want that game.
Man, that game looks too good.
Well, that was my highlight of last year.
Mm.
And, I just hope it's not another Watch Dogs.
Well, that's the thing, is I was looking at it, I said to Leon that that's what Watch Dogs should have been. Some of the stuff, the gadgetry that they're being shown off in Division would have fitted in really nicely.
I
in
agree.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, no, the Division definitely.
Who makes that? Is it EA or
It's not even either of them actually.
Simon, do you know?
No. Tom Clancy, apparently. Apparently he's making it from beyond the grave.
He's doing it all himself.
Yeah. God
Yeah.
himself has come down to Earth and is
Right
making
now,
it
let's
perfect
get my
game for it.
scroll on.
Get
my scroll on because I did make notes.
It's Ubisoft. Pretty sure it's Ubisoft.
I think they publish it, but I think.
Oh yeah, but that's what I count.
Yeah, they do all the
Who's
hard
the
work.
big name at the end of it?
Massive Games. Is who
Massive
makes it.
Games. Do you reckon it is going to be a massive game?
Yes.
Yes, for sure, no doubt. Like big time. That game looked incredible.
It's going to make a lot of people playing most of the current games sit up and take note and stop playing them, I think.
Hope so.
But anyway, let's. I'm going to jump in straight from the start of the conference. So, first of all, Phil Spencer came out, and he was literally going on about a game focus straight away. He was like, "This is all games. Fucking good job on those guys.
Absolutely.
It needed to be that after last year. I think that was probably obviously their main criticism.
I think if they did anything else at E3, they would have been completely screwed over because E3 is effectively all about the games. So no one wanted to hear about the latest and greatest technology that Xbox can do. They just want to know what it can play.
Can it make me a sandwich? Because I'll fucking be on that if they can make me a sandwich.
Xbox sandwich.
Xbox, Sammy.
The X
Cheese.
toast.
Is it like
Toasty.
is it kind of like a George Foreman kind of S thing? Like
Yeah,
X
man.
sort of thing,
But PlayStation 3
Brand a
already
big
did
X
that.
into it. That's the thing. Look, you got overheating issues. Just fucking let me cook a cheese toasty on it.
You're right. Why can't they just use the heat from that? Transfer that heat
We need
into
to
something
transfer
else
the
to
heat
cook.
somewhere. We'll warm my socks. Heat my house.
Use it as some sort of elaborate iron.
There we go, Microsoft. There's your challenge. We want peripherals that can do extra things. So whoop whoop.
GameOverYear.net exclusive.
And first game in. I honestly thought they were going to lead with Halo myself, but I was wrong.
It was too big a game to lead in with.
But they leaded in with Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
It's probably because they wanted to get out of the way. They was like, yes, it's another E3. Yes, it's another Call of Duty. Yes, there's another one coming out. Yes, it's exactly the same as every other one.
Dog in it?
I didn't see any dogs.
There were no dogs. I was watching for the dog.
If they put a cat in it, that'd be cool.
That'd be a game changer.
That would change the game.
Cats versus dogs. Well, that's what COD stands for. Cats on dogs.
On dogs.
Yes.
Cats on dogs. Sounds like a dodgy porno to me.
Now, all of the add-ons it basically are going to go to Xbox One first. They've had that deal kind of for ages.
Yeah.
But they actually kind of showed some footage, which was pretty impressive. I mean, like looks-wise, it looked great. It kind of started off, you were kind of in this sort of jump ship kind of thing, and it crashed into the ground. From what I could see, there was kind of no visible HUD, but there was kind of something on the gun that kind of reminded me of Halo a little bit. It kind of reminded me of the battle rifle because of the position of where you saw the ammo. And then, it sort of like later on, you kind of see some people walking around in like mechs. You see some sort of like future kind of aircraft in the sky as well. You know, they're sort of powered by like ridiculous like jet engines or something like that. And then you got to see this sort of Walker tank kind of thing, which was epic. I was just like, this is so fucking cool. But that's because I'm just a fucking future mech kind of nut, thanks to Titanfall.
I think that's probably what it is. Like, right now, mechs are in. Let's do a game with mechs.
Mechs are in.
And then I saw these sort of things like they were kind of like, you know, remember the Sentinels in the Matrix?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They were kind of, there was a big like horde of them, and they were like fucking hovering around the sky, like tearing shit up as well.
Oh, right,
which was kind of cool.
Does it have a railgun in it?
I didn't remember seeing a railgun. I don't.
So it's not proper future tech unless you have a railgun.
Well, he was shooting something with like a laser or something halfway through it.
Oh, I think you're right. I think he was. Yeah.
Laser pew pew.
But I thought the one of the coolest things that I saw, which I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. They switched throughout like different grenades and stuff like that, and there was this like sort of like sensor kind of grenade where you chucked it out and you could kind of see everyone. Like you could see everyone like in like red dots.
Oh, right, okay.
So
Handy.
you could I thought that was.
You know that's
cool.
going to be grief to.
But that's if they put it in the multiplayer. It might be just
it will
something
be, and everyone will complain. Oh, you used a sensor grenade. You totally saw me.
Maybe.
Dem hacks.
But I mean, like, all in all, though, it did look really fucking cool. There was kind of this movable shield thing as well, where like it was kind of like a drone, and you could move it forward. You were moving forward with the shield in front of you, and then when you wanted to fire, the shield would pop down and then pop back up.
Okay.
Handy.
Which was that was really cool to see. But I mean, all in all, that was pretty much the gist of it. A lot of explosions, all that kind of jazz. You know, oh yeah, exciting
and all that jazz.
But I thought it looked really good, and I really want to play it.
Yeah.
I do want to play it, but I mean, I'm still slightly
Is there
skeptical.
enough there to keep COD fans happy?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. But it looks like they are, you know, really trying to add new things to it because
They're obviously trying to bring in other people who aren't COD fans to try and get on the franchise.
Get all the haddock fans in and the fucking, tuna guys. Fish puns for days, son.
Know your place.
No, I mean the second game that kind of came out was it was Turn 10. Basically, they were saying on Forza 5, you're going to be able to get the Nürburgring from today, which is cool.
It was already on there.
No, it's not. They've only just put it on there.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Like the proper full ring kind of thing. They might have had like a
half ring,
some races on it or something like that, but no, it's proper full ring.
Doddelicus.
They showed some footage for Forza Horizon 2. It's a car game.
Yeah, there's not much you can say about that.
It looks okay. It looks good. You know, like graphics wise, I can't really fault it that wise. But
cars always look like cars from like Gran Turismo 4 onwards. You know, they stopped being blocks on wheels and actually started having shape and definition to them. And there's like so much you can have of realism before he just starts looking stupid.
They were actually the only game that was like, we're talking about crappy social features and stuff. I guess they just didn't have anything to talk about. It's like, yeah, we're a racing game again. I mean, yeah, what'd you sell?
Yeah, exactly. you can have cars with 2 steering wheels in them, and then you can fight over which way you want to drive.
They should make Carmageddon.
They should really doing that back.
They should. Now, I mean, once again, it looks good. Forza Horizon 2 graphics wise, it's coming out on the 30th of September. That one. I don't think there was many dates dropped at this thing. It was just more. I think they kind of knew, but
a lot of them are probably going to be coming 2015.
Yes, which we'll get onto that in a bit. But this is all the stuff that I'm talking about now is coming out this year. So then third Total Rock came out with Evolve.
I'm looking forward to that.
It was
That
literally
looks good.
pretty much straight into some in-game footage, which I liked. I liked saying footage so much that I read it twice. I'm looking for
none of your rendering crap here.
Yeah. And basically beta and the DLC are coming to Xbox One first. They were basically kind of showcasing the 4 classes as well as the monster.
The monster.
Because it's 4 versus 1 that game, so
Yep.
So it should be.
I think it looks cool though.
It does look fucking cool.
And
I think it's a really clever concept.
I mean, it's the
as
Left 4
well.
Dead guys, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So
It's 4 of you versus one very big monster that has a chance to shock horror, evolve into something even bigger and nastier. So if you leave it too long, you're just going to come around and rip your face off, and you deserve every second of it.
Nice.
Yep.
I mean, Evolved. Yeah, Evolved definitely looks good. I'm probably going to be picking it up this year. I think so. Probably PC though. I reckon, unless I do finally
You haven't
pick up.
quite been swayed into picking up an Xbox.
I'm going to pick up an Xbox One. I'm going to do it. I'm
You're getting a PS4 first.
I'm going to pick up a PS4 as well. So
He's going to do all the things. Yeah, he's going to literally pick it up. He's not paying for it. He's just picking it
yeah,
up.
I'm just picking
Stolen goods.
it up. Well, if I can get it off the back of a lorry, if anyone can help me out.
Yeah, if anyone knows a lorry.
If everyone knows a
That's
lorry.
a good link. Talking of hot Xboxes, if anyone knows one.
Then fourth up was Ubisoft came out with Assassin's Creed Unity 4-player co-op. Yes, finally.
I'm just not interested in
I am
Assassin's Creed anymore.
so interested in that. It's unbelievable.
It looked pretty good. But why were they killing English people in France? I don't get it.
It's because Ubisoft is a French company and they hate English people.
I wonder if maybe they got, like, I was saying online, like, they get, like, tax credits if they, like, paint the English people as bad people.
I think
Because they get French tax credits for making...
the French people try and make snide comments and try and paint the English people in bad light whenever chance they get, and this is obviously like the best chance for it.
Then they surrender.
Yeah, exactly. When the game actually comes out, what you find.
Surrender!
Nice. Now, the thing what I kind of liked about it, I mean, it once again, I'm pretty much going to say the same thing. It looked visually impressive, definitely.
A lot of the games, when they actually finally did in-game stuff, the in-game stuff does look incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's a shame that a lot of companies were still sticking to the pre-rendered nonsense. I mean, pre-rendered, yes, it does look shiny, but we know now that you can get good graphics out of a console. Graphics have improved so much.
It's looked good for like 15 years.
Exactly.
Diablo had a good cutscene at the beginning of it, but fucking...
Exactly. We want to see in-game footage. So there we go. Next year, guys, more in-game footage. But now...
That's a game over your tip.
It is top tip.
If you want someone to buy your game, show them what the game looks like.
Now, they pretty much jumped straight into the gameplay demo for Assassin's Creed Unity. And they kind of had like different colours of like the assassin kind of logo over each of the players that were playing along with him. And like sort of for the last bit, they were kind of showing off, showing the 4 different views of the people as they were basically taking out everyone.
Even though it's co-op, can you stab your teammates in the back?
It didn't show any of that, so I don't know.
Does Ubisoft have their own thing this year?
I don't know. I think they might do. I know EA's one is shortly. That's it. It's at 8. I know that the Sony's is at 2 a.m.
Well, I mean, like, if they're showing off Assassin's Creed as the Xbox thing, they must have. If they're doing their own one, they must have some stuff up their sleeve.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably Far Cry, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they've just announced a new Far Cry game.
And they'll probably sort of show off some of the extra things on Watch Dogs. Maybe.
I mean, the thing is that there's going to be plenty of... I mean, even if they don't have a conference, there's going to be plenty coming up because of E3 in general. I mean, like with the coverage for everyone there. Hopefully we'll be there one day.
One day.
What do you mean one day? We're there right now.
We're there right now. Okay, shit. Sorry.
Live.
We're live. Live from the floor.
Hotel room.
Then
flew over in our jet.
Game over here, .jet.
Now, I thought it was funny that the end of the kind of the play demo that they showed, they defenestrated the mark, so chucked them out the windows just in case you didn't know what defenestrating means.
I actually did know what defenestrate meant.
And then and they're like basically chucking him out to the rioting people outside, and they beheaded him and stuck his head on a stick.
Nice.
They had a few other people's heads on a stick as well, but anyway, I thought it looked good. I'm down with it. I'm down with it for sure. Then fifth, we've got BioWare with some footage of Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah, that's the
coming out on the 7th of October.
Has it got multiplayer?
yes.
It does.
Shockingly enough,
That's impressive. That's all I care about.
it was like the
Dragon Age
the
was
buzzword
really-
in this one was co-op and multiplayer.
Good.
It's like pretty much every game that was shown has some sort of multiplayer or co-op shoved in there
I
somewhere.
like playing with other people.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Mature.
Sixth on the list was Insomniac Games. They showed some footage of Sunset Overdrive. Now, I must admit, at first I was going, what is this game? I have no idea what this is. It just caught me off guard. I couldn't remember what blooming Insomniac were doing. But then when they kind of actually did show footage in the game, I was like, yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of like when
Jet
they're
Set
sliding
Radio.
around. Yeah, reminds me of Jet Set Radio,
Yeah.
and it's mixed with Dead Rising, pretty much. It's just,
I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy that third game or not. It looks okay, but I'm not sure yet.
Well, I mean, you
effectively
could
over the top silliness.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do it single player, which I mean, it looks very colourful, very like it. I really like it. I think it looks really cool. I think the action has got sort of a good feel to it as well. I mean, it looks like there's kind of like fireworks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
going
So one of
about as
those
well.
Friday night, Saturday night, get your mates around, a few beers, have a silly.
Because the cool thing is that they showed off the single player more, but they said that there's going to be like this 8-player kind of mode called like you can go into like a chaos squad and basically tear shit up. But it looks really cool. That's coming out October 28th. I think I'm probably going to pick that one up. Actually, I think
Nice.
that looks really cool. What did you think of that one, Simon?
I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, like, because every game we'd had at that point was we were expecting it, whereas this was like, wait, what is this? Because even the trailer started with it being like, oh, it's a man shooter or something, and then was like really nicely self-aware, and then it's like, it's not this bullshit. Look, it's some guy and he's a bit cringy, but like. When I got beyond that, the gameplay actually looked pretty good. At least it gets, like I said, it got full marks for kind of just being different, which you can't fault them for that. So
Indeed.
No, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Then after that, Capcom came out with an incredible trailer.
One of the best trailers I've seen in a
I
while.
had no idea what was happening with that. What the hell?
What was it? Was it like ultra mega? I don't even remember the whole title.
Super Street Fighter. Super Dead Rising Ultra Special Alpha. Some nuts like that. Yeah. Turbo.
They love those random words, don't they?
Man, honestly, it looks hilarious. I'm in. I mean, like, I wanted to play Dead Rising 3, and I was sort of. I mean, it's been announced that it's coming out on PC now, which is amazing. So I'm definitely going to be picking that up. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a lot of fun for sure, no doubt about it. After that, I mean, Harmonix came out about they talked a little bit about the Fantasia music involved. I think I put it. It might be evolved. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Then they sort of said something about Dance Central Spotlight as well. So I think that's probably the only thing that's Connect related, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Doesn't surprise me.
The Fantasia one actually looks quite good. I was looking at it last night.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like a...
Well, what's kind of the concept of it? Because
It's basically Disney meets Guitar Hero. It's basically all your sort of Fantasia musics, but you can sort of
Play them.
and dance to them and stuff.
fair enough. Now, I mean, moving on from that, we had Lionhead come out with Fable Legends, and I think I'm going to take a look at it. I think I'm going to
Really?
take it. Even though I've been turned off Fable for quite a long time now. I mean, like, I loved the first one. The second one was awesome as well, but then after that, it just kind of went downhill.
I think I'd only look at it because of the extra that comes with it, which is the playing as a villain. I'd totally do that.
And you are playing as part of a team as well, which kind of looks cool.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of made me go, oh, maybe. And they've got a multiplayer beta starting in the autumn, so that should be cool as well. Now, I think I remember, well, Dave, you were here at this point when Project Spark came on.
Oh,
what is this kind
man.
of thing? What's going on? It looks incredible. I mean, like, incredible.
Insane.
And it's just the fact that, you know, it's giving the player the opportunity to create games.
Yeah.
And quite intuitively, from what I can see as well.
Yeah.
And like they were just sort of showing off, the fact that they've got, I think it was like a thousand, it was in like 100,000, or it might have been a million even.
I think
It was a million.
I think it was a million, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like a million content creators or something.
See, it looks amazing. The idea is fantastic, but I'm just wondering how much of it is going to be in-game purchase.
I don't know, because the
Ooh.
thingy that I was playing, like the one that I've got on the Xbox One,
Well, the beta.
yeah, there's quite a lot of shit already on there.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's a bit simplified at the moment, but there's not, you can't purchase anything on the beta, and there's a lot of stuff on it. But I don't know, we'll see.
But it just seems like the sort of game that they'll keep giving you stuff, and at some point someone's going to go, wait a minute, why aren't we charging them for this?
Yeah, but if it's going to be, it depends how they do it. If they do it per item and so on, that's a bit sneaky. But if they start doing like extension packs and things like that, then that's fine.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If they do it right, then I've got no problem with it. But no, it does look really cool. And also, the best bit is that Conker is in it.
That's right. Conker was announced. Yes.
It's like, about bloody time. Welcome back.
That's so exciting. I remember us seeing that, like me and
me and you. And we were like,
oh my god, it's Conker!
I remember playing that game for 8 hours.
There you go. So, what was next?
In 64 days.
We had Moon Studios come out with a game called, I think it's Ori, and the Blind Forest. Kind of reminds me of like Child of Light, and Dust. Kind of thing as well, just because of the art style and kind of way it is. It seems like that kind of thing's in at the moment.
Definitely.
Of course it is, Sam. Of course it is.
I think I need to move over a bit. Sort of
That's
half
cool.
of the screen.
Hi, Dave.
I was trying to do it like in
Subtly.
subtly. I mean, even though people on the
There you
stream
go,
will
I'll
see
scooch
us
over.
putting on it. Sorry. Right, moving on. Next, we have 343
Boosh.
Studios Halo 5 for next year. I showed a little bit on that. And is it just me? I mean, because I think
And me.
yeah, and you. Oh, is it just us then? Or did that look like it was Samus in that trailer?
Yeah, the one that was hunting Master Chief looked just like Samus Aran. So I mean,
She's fit though.
did you?
I don't remember that.
It was a bit when he drops the bomb on the ship and it all blows up, and then he sort of flies back, and then it switches to someone else watching him, and it does like a pan round of the face, and then
Maybe no. Maybe I was too much. I was laughing at that point because the woman who was talking over it, she was like talking about his struggles and his progression as a character, and it sounded like they were gonna like make a like Halo Puberty edition. Where he's like, I'm growing up as a man and I'm becoming a character. And she was really going on about this. Like, there are characters in our games. And I was like, what? Okay,
Secret
I
Diary.
trust you on that.
It's like Secret Diary of Master Chief, age 13 and a half.
Yeah.
My balls dropped today. I shot some men. I am a man.
Also, I was happy because it was Keith David narrating it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you got Keith David as your narrator, I'll buy it. I don't give a crap what it is.
It definitely has a good talky voice.
Yeah.
Now, I think, even though we all knew it was coming anyway, the entire Halo Master Chief collection is going to be available on the 11th of November.
Exactly. It basically means that if you've got any copy of any of the older games, just go and burn them. Don't need them
I'm quite
anymore.
glad about this because I never really got into Halo that much. And I liked it, but I didn't really have an Xbox at the time and stuff, so I could just do it on my Xbox One properly.
Now, I mean, the cool thing that I was just like, yes, as soon as they came out, and I think everyone was saying this as well, I mean, everyone was cheering and stuff like that, is that the Halo 2 multiplayer is untouched It is exactly the same as it was back in
I
the
can
day.
imagine so many people sitting there getting really worried, going, "Please don't destroy it. Please
Well,
don't."
and they showed some footage,
Yeah.
and like all they've literally done is just kind of upgraded everything a little bit.
Did it look
Made
nice?
look at
It looked very
does.
nice.
And I am so pumped to be playing some Halo again for sure. I'm definitely picking that set up. And I thought the other cool thing is that within because it's all going to be on one disc.
Xbox One.
I'll get an Xbox One.
I'm not getting an Xbox One. I'm just going to come
On
around Leon's.
nice. On the kind of campaign kind of side of things, there was like a playlist option, and you could play all of your favourite bits from the Halo series, back to back, easily as well.
Yeah, wasn't it something you could like mash them together or something? Yeah, like some sort of crazy play.
You can play the library just over and over again. You love it.
Yes, on the hardest difficulty setting.
I remember that the last thing that they sort of did come out and say about was saying there's going to be a 4,000 gamer score. So there you go, you achievement hunters out there. I'm sure you're going to be happy.
Yes, I need to get an Xbox for that. That's it. I'm purely just going to buy that just so I can get all 4,000.
They were sort of saying that with the collection, there's going to be this thing called Halo Nightfall, which is the digital series that they're going to be doing.
So is it live action digital, or is it like all straight up cartoon style?
I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure what they're doing. I have to look into that a bit further. But apparently this Nightfall series is going to lead into Halo 5 Guardians. And in December, if you've picked up this collection as well, you get their Halo 5 Guardians beta as well.
I think what they're anticipating is when they release that, everyone goes out and buys it, and by the time they've got through everything that's in the game, the Halo 5 will be ready.
Now, I mean, that was all the kind of stuff for 2014, and if I'm honest, that is solid.
Yeah.
That is so solid.
Eating, sleeping, and generally having a life outside of playing on the Xbox optional.
I think they've done well. I think they've done well, just solidly on that list.
They have worked really, really hard to, make community happy.
And I mean, I think Phil Spencer's done a good job, and he came back out after this, after 2014, and was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go on about our 2015 portfolio, woo!" And he was wearing a Limbo shirt, which nicely led into Playdead with the game Inside, and
It looks really creepy.
it does.
Creepy. It's like Limbo was hard and soul-destroyingly depressing, but great fun to play, and they've really upped that with this game, because it's just like you just feel so dead inside watching it, but you're just like, I really want to play it, and then maybe go and have a little cry afterwards and lie down in a darkened room.
Nothing wrong with a little cry.
Little cry. Then this fella, because obviously it's an indie game, so they had to go on a little indie
spree.
But it was, I thought they were going to do a lot more than they did, in all fairness. Because I mean, like, I thought, oh yeah, he's coming out, it's going to talk about, and they just kind of quickly showed. I think it was like a quick trailer.
Boosh.
Yeah, just sort of going, this game. You couldn't really take anything in, but they were kind of going on about their their focus in some sense to be able to get, more games, indie games in general.
Simon, as an indie person, did that bit interest you?
Yeah. The thing is, most indies don't touch Microsoft with a barge pole anymore, because they've got what basically a parity clause in their contract, which means you have to release on Xbox at the same time you release on any other platform, and if you've already released on any other platform, you can't release on Xbox.
Wow.
Which is a stupid thing, because no one does that. And because some people have early access or their Kickstarter backers or whatever.
Yeah.
So unless you're someone who can afford to do that, no one will. And thing is, and they did it with 360, and then they screwed everyone over. They did it with, they screwed over Super Meat Boy guys. They screwed over who was it? Skulls of the Shogun.
Yeah.
And so they've got this really bad track record that they need to work on before anyone will trust them. As for the games look pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
from what I saw of that, like 30 seconds of flashing games. Like I don't remember any of their names or what any of them were, but they
No,
all
me
looked
neither,
kinda cool.
because it was just so it was so fast. I was like, oh,
Sort of
well.
like subliminal messaging. It's like
Buy me.
you'll be like walking like 3 days later, and suddenly just this name will pop up into your mind, and you'll be like, "Oh my god, I need to go get this game." But no, I mean I agree. There was some of the ones that popped up were definitely, and I was saying to Leon that it's insane just how far indie games have come over the last few years. Just how much they've evolved. It is impressive. But yeah, it was just like all the stuff that it was going on about. Is that something that you can get elsewhere, or is it just like exclusive to Xbox?
I think they got a pretty good deal, but I mean it's pretty standard. I mean if I bother Sony, they'll send me a dev kit. Even Nintendo will send me a dev kit for free. In fact, actually Nintendo won't. They'll loan you one, which is pretty crappy of them. But because I really wanted a Wii U, and I was like, yeah, I might develop for the Wii U. Could you send me one? And they were like, we can loan you one. I'm like, no, give me one.
Damn it. Maybe it's because other people have tried the same thing.
Yeah, probably.
Well, it's because they need all the money they can get.
I'm surprised they're not giving Wii U's away.
Well, they should be, yeah.
Well, that would contribute to most of their sales if they did that.
The Xbox resources are pretty good, like what they offer and stuff. It's just you have to sign sign your soul away, I guess.
Here is the pen.
Yeah.
Dip it in your blood.
Here is a nice shiny carrot. Look at the carrot. It is nice. Fear the stick.
Okay.
What else?
Square Enix, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Seriously, were they watching way too many Batman films to come up with that name?
It is a lot of rise at the moment. It's like
Lots of rising going on.
rising.
There's always rising though.
And
Falling.
And falling. The fall of, or
I'm
the
surprised
rise.
no one's done the
What
whole.
about like the plateau? The plateau of the Tomb Raider. It's just a stagnant. It's the same as the last one, pretty much. A few more levels.
the
buy
slight
that.
dip.
I mean, from what I could see, it was all pre-rendered footage anyway. I mean,
It'd be good though if the last
Yeah.
one, like if it's like
the last one was good, so I think it's going to be good. I was
I was playing the one that you got for free, which was the Light Guardian or something. That was the 3D isometric.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I never played that one. I don't
It's
think.
interesting. It's really hard. It
Yeah.
sort of starts off like
interesting. Is never a good way to sell something.
interesting.
I know. No, I kind of
Pretty
like.
interesting, I guess.
It's an interesting concept. It's good fun to play, but the difficulty ramps up from like ridiculously stupidly easy in the first 5 minutes to now finally, fuck me, this is stupidly hard. Throw controller across the room hard and about by the second level. But
Fair
there we
enough, man. I mean, yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. But I mean, like I said, 2015 for that. So we'll see what happens. Early days, yeah, I suppose. Then CD Projekt Red with Witcher 3. They showed
big one, isn't
some,
it?
yeah. Well, they showed some in-game footage. Where it kind of left off, it was kind of like 10 hours in, and they were sort of doing a griffin hunt.
I'm really looking forward to Witcher 3. It just means that I need to get around to finishing Witcher 1 and 2.
I
don't.
haven't played any of the Witcher series
You don't
at
have
all.
to play the beginning ones to watch.
Yeah, you don't need to play the first one really. I got like halfway through and gave up.
Same.
But the second one you do need to play because it's probably the best game
But
that
you
came
can't-
out in the last 5
I
years.
thought it
Oh
was.
really? Okay, well that's a big.
Yeah, Witcher 2 is really good.
Sorta.
But I thought that with the Witchers it was clever because it remembered what you did in the previous game and it influenced how you carried on.
Yeah, but it can also just be completely anything anyway. It's
okay,
crazy that there's like 17 different endings.
Yeah, something stupid like that. But that's the second one. The third one, they've got even more than that.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. But I mean, yeah, all in all, looks really good though. I think I'm going to check this one out because I know I've missed the other Witcher games in the past, so maybe it is time for me to check it out.
But it's just like Dragon Age. You can basically sleep your way around everybody as well in that game.
Shag 'em up.
I like that.
I think is it the first
Is that
one?
what you do, Dave? Is that
He's
what
a
you,
lonely man.
are you like when you play games?
Gotta
Can
find
you
my
fuck
action
them?
from-
No, it's no good. Fuck off.
Yeah, if it's no achievements and no fucking, then that's it.
No achievements and no fucking.
But no, I think it's the first Witcher that you get tokens for sleeping with them, and there's like the more tokens you can you can unlock stuff.
Yeah, that's
his,
cringy.
his
That's
ultimate
really
goal.
bad.
That is bad.
Achievements for fucking people. I saw The Witcher 3. They showed some of the artwork for what they're going to put in the collector's edition.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a fucking cool statue in it.
Yeah.
It's got like a, I don't know what it is, demon whatever thing, but this guy beheading it as it's laying down sort of thing. And I was like, yeah, I want that game just for that little statue. You sold me.
Fair
These
enough.
bastards keep putting out these little statue things. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to get that one, I think.
And the last giant statue I bought was for Bioshock Infinite, the Songbird edition.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's
yeah.
a really awesome statue, but it also stung my wallet massively. So
How much was that?
it was about 90 quid.
That's all right.
That's right. I'm still weighing up getting the Titanfall one.
Oh yeah.
180 quid. No, it was
God,
250.
no.
It was 250. That thing's big though. That thing's fucking huge. That's what she said.
Innuendo for days.
For Dave.
For days, son.
For Dave.
Yeah, for me.
Then they start going on about bringing back an old classic, and it's a game I've never heard of.
I've never heard of it either.
I'd never heard of it either.
Have you heard of it, Simon?
Was that the Dust something
Phantom
game?
Dust.
The something Dust. Yeah, never heard of it.
It's just because the fact that they built it up. They were like, yes, so we brought out Killer Instinct. We brought it back last year, and now we're going to bring back this old Microsoft classic. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And
Don't get me wrong, it looks cool. It looks cool, but I've never heard of this game.
Yeah. And you know me, I know my old retro games, and this one has never, no idea.
Completely slipped past me. I don't even know what platform. Well, I suppose it was just Microsoft, so it's got to be PC, maybe.
That was what the
Oh, it was on
artwork
Xbox.
was.
Okay.
It was
fair
on
enough.
Xbox, apparently.
Don't know.
Yay.
Never played it.
Skip that one.
Okay.
Well, basically, if you liked the old one, then get excited for the new one.
I think it looks good. I think
if
it's
you didn't
definitely
know
worth
the
checking
old
out.
one, then get excited for the new one because it looked quite cool.
It does. 17th on my list, so there's quite a few games that they've listed. So that's 17. Come on.
Yeah, doing well.
Fuck me. And I didn't even include the indies that they sped through. So
That's true.
now, what was it? Fuck,
The Division.
it would be Division, wouldn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be. Massive Games, The Division. Obviously, we've spoken about that briefly already.
I won that game.
See, I don't know why they didn't leave that one as their big last reveal. That game looks amazing.
I know, because they didn't
It's
end
not
it.
exclusive though, is it?
They didn't end it very strong, did they?
No,
No.
they sort of went, here's some big, strong games, here's some big, strong and here's some-
Scalebound.
Yeah, because it was Scalebound and Crackbound.
Crackpot.
Crackbound.
Crackety crack! Little cracker!
I just think of,
is it basically just a
who's-
bunch of
who's-
southern
what's his
old-
face? Dave Chappelle's
Dave.
character, Tyrone Bigham. Just like, give me the crack.
It's basically just a bunch of southern redneck
I
old
really
men
couldn't
sitting
give two
around.
shits about that Cracked album because it was just like, wow, this is all pre-rendered. Just after Scalebound was
And
all
no one
pre-rendered.
ever is going to be able to do
I
anything
don't
like that in the game.
care. Oh.
And it's not real-time worlds because they don't exist. So who am
Sorry?
making it?
Oh, we lost you there.
Yeah, we lost you.
Oh,
We've got some
the new
real-time
Crackdown
worlds.
game. Like, who's making that? Because real-time worlds don't exist.
That is true. I'm not sure,
I
actually.
think they did say during the thing, but I didn't write it down.
What's
I think that's pretty much all I had. I think that was
Real-time worlds
I think that was
are
all the
the
games that they
original.
showed. Now, I mean, Phil Spencer came back out going, "Yeah, we love you.
I love
Games,
Phil.
games." I think Phil Spencer
That's a good thing.
is a great addition to
How
the
long has he
Microsoft
been
team.
with Xbox now?
Couple of months. Couple of months.
Yeah, but he's properly turned it all round.
I
Well,
think
he did what he had to. He just started going games.
and I think they came out with a strong lineup of games.
Yeah. I think Sony have to really go some in their conference.
Sony will do a good one, won't they?
Sony will pull out of the bag, I think. But I mean, I think my main highlight for the Xbox One, Microsoft One in general, I would say probably the Halo lot. I was really hyped to hear about all of that kind of jazz. I thought Call of Duty looked fantastic. Just trying to think what else was going on.
You can watch your TV on it.
Yes, with your
Oh
dog.
wait, that was last year's.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
last year as well. I think for me, it's The Division. Absolutely. What are you doing?
Just
broken it.
this mic stand is not liking me.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
getting shot. Either.
The Division looks
I know I'm
nuts.
not at the
I think
moment.
if I
'Cause
had
it's-
to get an Xbox, I think I would get
In
it
your
for
lap.
that game. Inside, I'll probably get that just because it looks fun, or as close to fun as you're going to get for a horrendously depressing game. But none of this year's stuff. I don't know. Halo maybe, but I've already played all the Halos and already got
Mhm.
all the Halos, so I can just wait for Halo 5.
Yeah, fair enough, man. Fair enough.
What was your highlight, Simon?
I don't know. I mean, well, maybe The Witcher, but that only because I'm a PC player anyway. I mean, there's nothing there that this year that would make me buy an Xbox. But I don't know. I mean, all the games look good. I don't know.
I think I do know what you mean there, though, Simon. I mean, like, I definitely want to pick up an Xbox One down the line because, you know, there is a few games that are going to come out on it that I'm not going to be able to get on anything else. So, it has to be done down the line. And I think you're right. I don't think there's anything there that makes me really go, fuck, I need this now. I need this Xbox One now.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving into 2015, I think
Yeah.
I probably more likely to buy in some sense.
But then I was like that with all the other consoles. When the console got launched, a lot of the titles that came out on launch or a few months after, you were kind of like, it's good, it looks nice,
That's
it's
what
not
always
really-
happens because they need to get used. They need to utilize the actual console itself properly.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. And I think they are starting to see that, obviously, with the games coming out for next year and beyond. They're really starting to stretch their legs in terms of using the technology.
A game that someone was talking about earlier, and I'm really hoping Sony, a Tekken,
Oh, yeah.
like a really good.
It's about time we got a
PS4
Tekken back.
I'm
'cause
well up for a
Tekken
Tekken.
2 was a fucking good game. Like,
Tekken
I
2
can still
is
play that.
amazing game.
I loved that. And then they kind of were like Tekken Tag, Tekken versus this.
See,
Tekken
Tag
Street
Team
Fighter.
Tournament was my one.
But
I really
now
had a
it's
lot
like,
of fun with
what's
that.
the other ones now? There's like Tekken versus Street Fighter, Tekken versus this. Or it was like too much. Just need like
Back to roots.
they should just go for Tekken and like start reboot the system.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good idea. Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
should we talk about this man's shit?
I completely agree with you because we've bypassed
Rambled.
this whole thing with E3 so far.
Rambled on about shit that's
Simon,
coming out in a year.
the floor is yours. Tell us all about you, yourself, and
Oh no, let's talk about Xbox. God, don't talk about my game. Seriously.
But no, I mean, Simon, how do you kind of get into it, my man? Anyway,
I've been making games forever. I mean, I had
well,
an
back when
Acorn.
Jesus was around and all sorts.
yeah, he coded the walking on water and
Did it?
Yeah.
it's, water into wine C++.
But that's the thing is, I can't actually code, and I keep explaining this to people, but people think I'm like some kind of prodigy programmer or something. But I actually only learned to code like 3 years ago. I was actually I did computer animation as my degree at uni,
Okay.
and I'd been learning computer animation for so long. The only reason I got into coding anyway was because I got bored of doing computer animation while I was on my degree, and I was too good at it, and I knew all the software, so I just coded a game engine instead,
Nice.
as one does.
Of course. I have a spare 5 minutes. I shall make all the things.
Yeah. But yeah.
so I mean, how did you? How many games have you kind of made in the past? Have you made like countless amounts, or is this your kind of first one that you're really pushing out there?
Well, like, so I worked on at Frontier Developments.
Oh, okay.
So like, you know, David Braben, and I actually worked on. This is actually why watching this Microsoft press conference and it being about the death of Kinect is kind of funny, because I worked on Kinectimals, which was the launch
right.
title for Kinect.
Yeah.
Wow. See,
Um,
you have much more respect for me for working with David Braben than you do working on Connectimals.
Yeah.
I like Connectimals.
That's the thing, actually. We worked on a game called The Outsider, which obviously I can't talk about because of NDA or whatever. But from what you could see of it, like from the previews and the trailers and the stuff that people leaked on the internet, if you then watch the trailers of Watch Dogs, you'll see that like our game influenced them, even though our game was cancelled. I do wonder if maybe the Ubisoft at some point saw The Outsider and then went, we should just copy that. The character even has the same freaking hat.
The
as-
Ubisoft. That sounds
as a
like
character.
like a boss fight. Like
The
you gotta go
shadowy.
up against the Ubisoft.
Maybe
He's
that's
coming.
was that why
Giant.
it got cancelled, because the Ubisoft came in and was like, cracked their knuckles and was like, we're going to have a word with you.
Well, it got cancelled because it was in development for 7 years.
Wow.
Owie.
Probably cost more than a Grand Theft Auto title. So
Damn.
I can imagine it being a bit difficult to fund at that point.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But yeah,
cost-
and I also worked with Terry Kavanagh on VVVVVV. So I've done the whole range of
Oh, nice.
the most like top end, like fancy graphics or whatever, and then the like complete bottom end of, well, not I don't mean like it's bad, but I mean
Yeah, yeah.
really
I have
really
a
lo-fi graphics and really indie. You know, Terry's one guy. So
I have
yeah,
a
I got that
massive
whole
love-hate
range.
for that game. VVVVV is such an original, amazing concept, but it is so hard.
I can't play it. Like I had to get Terry to make me save files so we could like test stuff. And when we shipped the game to Humble Bundle, because it was for Humble Bundle, he went, Simon, the end of the game doesn't work. And I was like, oh, I don't know what it's supposed to look like. And he was like, what? You haven't finished it? And I'm like, no, I'm like halfway through.
Yeah.
Because it's so impossible. And
It
it's got
really
the
is.
sadistic Veni Vidi Vici, and it's like, have you played that? It's like the hardest thing in computer game history.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever played it.
I think we need to do a let's play on that.
I think so. Yeah, VVVVV it starts off relatively nightmarishly difficult, and then it just ramps up to insanely mind-blowingly, oh my god, because it's like you have to drop between screens while avoiding moving things, so you're avoiding moving things that aren't even on the same screen as you.
crazy shit.
Cray cray.
Speaking of developing costs, did you see how much Watch Dogs cost to develop?
Yeah.
No,
I don't know why you're laughing though. Grand Theft Auto 5 was 280 million, and they did it for 70.
Yeah.
Imagine if they put all that money in. Well, I suppose they're not going to, but I'm not going to rant about Watch Dogs. I need to play it some more before I have a go at it. Fucking
so you've
liars.
so Simon, you've that's a very varied and rich history. How did you get on to Maya?
I was doing a doctorate with Bournemouth Uni, and after basically Frontier cancelled The Outsider, and there was no way that I could continue doing my research there when they were making Kinect games. It's not really cutting edge. So I went to go work at Mode 7 Games, who made Frozen Synapse. The,
Oh,
this
Nice.
super intense turn-based. Well, it's simultaneous turn-based. But in the end of the day, I just couldn't bear doing a whole day of work on a top-end indie title and then going home and writing like a 1,000-word thesis every night. So I kind of quit and then went, I'm going to make my own game. And yeah, Maia had been in development for like years in my mind.
Yeah.
I worked at Natural Motion back in the time when they were working on Max Payne 3, I think, and they just released The Force Unleashed, and I basically had this idea because I really love Dwarf Fortress, and one made like Dwarf Fortress but with graphics and like voxels, like the entire world's made of cubes, and then every night all these monsters come out and you have to defend your base against it, and everyone there just like said that I was an idiot and it was a terrible idea, and no one would ever buy a game that was just a big world made of cubes.
So you
And,
went out and made a big world filled with cubes.
And yeah, and my friend now laughs at me every time he sees me because he literally went, that's the worst thing I've ever heard. And obviously that's not like the biggest selling game ever in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But never mind. But then Maia's kind of moving on from that, and I actually wanted to create like a world where the world is a character, like in Stalker, like the zone
Yeah.
is your main enemy, is the actual zone itself. Like I wanted my game to have its own world that is the enemy.
That's cool.
And then I kind of worked back from that, I reckon.
But yeah, no, I wandered over at Res to check it out, and what I saw of it, I was very impressed with
Yeah,
it.
did I talk to you at Res, or was I like running around looking frazzled, or was I?
I don't
figuring
remember
out
speaking to you.
Probably would have been Dave, though.
Yeah, it probably would have been Dave.
No, when I came over, you'd run away. It was the other dude that was there. Can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Oh, Nick.
Yes.
Nick.
It had
Yes.
to be Nick.
If it wasn't Nick, then you talked to some complete stranger. Nick's my composer.
Yeah, it was obviously another person there.
Oh, it might have been Ben Darlow, who's a writer for RPS. But he spent like the entire day just watching people play the game and talk to them about it, which is kind of cool. But I guess that's when you have a strange game that's completely different to everything else, then you can talk to people on the show floor and kind of get their impressions and it actually be interesting, I guess.
Definitely.
He was having fun and he obviously talked to you about it. So.
Yeah, really. Well, we had a good conversation, whoever it was I talked to. So, that's all good. But because I remember looking at their website and trying to understand what the hell the game was, because the website makes it not very clear as to what the game actually is. So when I actually sat down to play with Red, I was like, oh, it's like this. And then proceeded to try and kill all my colonists.
Yeah, we had kids at Rest. This little kid sat down and he was like about 7 or 8. And he fought his mum to get to play the game, and she eventually let him. He came, sat down, and he turns around to me. And the first thing he does is he skips all the tutorials. And so I go up to him, and I immediately know that I'm going to have to help him because he just skipped the tutorial. Help him through the tutorial without him having done it. And then he turns around to me and goes, okay, cool. How do I kill everybody? And it was just this little kid, and his eyes were just like glossy, and he was just staring at me, grinning. And I'm like, well, you could asphyxiate them all. You could dig out these blocks and then they'll run out of air really quickly and they'll all keel over and die. And he goes, yeah. I wanna do that.
Amazing.
It's like, oh, okay. Because every adult that came played wanted to play it like a proper game. And then all these kids came and sat down and did like really creepy stuff. Like this little girl who's a Kickstarter backer built the hatchery room that you fill with chickens.
Yeah.
And then she put her colonists' beds in there and then made them sleep in there. And then once they went in there, she locked the door and then asphyxiated them all to death while laughing. And I was like, what?
So
I actually even have a picture of this happening as well because no one believed it. And I showed people and they were like, what the hell?
That's mental. Love
Kids
it.
are really weird.
Definitely.
or maybe you've just met a bunch of psychopaths.
Yeah.
You've created a monster. Just like this
Probably.
horde of children that are going to take over the world.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, I think that is the point of the game, though. It's a sandbox. So if you do want to do something weird in it, you'll be able to. Kind of, Peter Molyneux-esque. Here's a bag of toys, and go. You can play it as a game, or you can play it as just a sadism simulator.
Nice.
Excellent, man. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting down to playing some of it. I haven't managed to play any of it yet, but I'm gonna. Well, for Twitch Thursday, I'm gonna put it out there now. Twitch Thursday, gonna be playing some Maya. Give it a shot and see how.
I
it
got a
goes.
big update coming tomorrow, actually, which actually makes the game a lot more playable.
Okay, cool.
That's one of the complaints is people always go, "Oh, it's a nice tech demo," and then I go, "No, it's a game," and then less and less people say it each time. So hopefully, one of these updates, no one will say it anymore. But yeah, I mean, because I'm watching these at Rezzed, I expected a bounce time of like 10, 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But we were having to like politely ask people to move on. Because they were
Wow.
sitting down and playing for an hour. And I didn't think there was an hour's worth of gameplay there. But I guess it's when people are fresh to the game the first time and they realise what it is and they start kind of trying to find out all the little details and they play for hours and hours, which is surprising because I didn't think the game was good enough for that yet.
The one thing I enjoyed doing was mousing over all the little objects and characters because all the little taglines, some of those were hilarious.
Yeah, well, we're spending a lot of time on them. We've got hundreds more written as well. We've got huge procedural character generation stuff, which hasn't even gone in. But every character has a full life story that we've generated, and it's all like really ridiculously sarcastic and kind of Douglas Adams-y and cool. But yeah, those mouse over things are. It's interesting because I'm trying to make it like educational, like the science is real science.
Yeah.
And then, like, a school teacher is using it to teach her kids about, like, renewable energy and stuff.
Wow.
and space exploration. And I was like, really, in a classroom? The game has like a few jokes that are probably a bit off color.
The next thing you'll go is you'll have NASA ringing you up.
Well, we
Really?
talked to the guys who do the educational versions of like Minecraft and Kerbal Space Program and stuff, which is weird because it's like, this is not an educational game. What it is now isn't educational. I guess it is because you use educational games to kind of bounce off the ideas and then take it into the classroom or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm completely muttering. What the hell was I talking about? The mail server stuff. Yeah, the colonists are going to write you they already do, but they write you like procedural emails. But we've got a procedural haiku generator, which is the first in any game ever, which is got to go on the back of the box.
Definitely.
I love
The amount of time I'm wasting on really frivolous crap.
But amazing.
Sell it to them.
But that's the point about the game. It's like everything's got that like level of everything has so much detail in it that we
Lots of depth.
because we're Kickstarter backed, so we don't worry about what it costs to make what I want to make. We just make it, and it's just me. So instead of being like Peter Molyneux and going to E3 and then lying through my teeth about all this shit and then going home and telling people they now have to make it because I made it up on the spot. If I promise something, I have to make it myself. So all the like the designs and stuff of the game are actually pretty reasonable,
Cool.
and don't go all Peter Molyneux.
So you're doing it the right way around then.
Theoretically.
Maybe that's not the right way around.
Yeah,
You gotta dream big.
Got to dream big.
Okay,
Look
so
at us. We started with just a pen and a paper. And we've got a game over here. .jet, Stag Beetle Productions.
we had a couple of cups and a string, and we were talking to people.
Chatting to random people. Can you please listen? So Simon, we have two questions that must be asked to every guest that comes on this podcast. You may have heard them, you may have not.
Yep.
But we're going to throw them out there. The first one is... I'm going to go change it up this week. Actually, no, I think you changed it up last week. So I'm going to change it up. What was the best thing you ate in the last 7 days?
Yeah.
Always gets them, doesn't it?
It always, every time.
Well, that's because every meal I cook is like super delicious. Like if you follow me on Twitter, you just see like hundreds and hundreds of really fancy food. Because I bake my own bread.
Wow.
And crap like that. So I don't know.
So we've actually got someone who can cook. Where we're like, fuck.
I can cook.
Can you?
I can throw down.
Yeah. All right. I can
All
cook
right.
actually. In all fairness, I'm just really fucking lazy.
I can make beans on toast.
To answer the question, I got some fresh salmon, and then I got kind of mustard flour and mustard seeds, and ground them up with pine nuts, and made a kind of thick, like mustardy paste with peppercorns and stuff in it, and then like left them in that for a few hours, and then I grilled them, and then put them on a bed of salad, and they were like super barbecuey but mustardy at the same time. It's probably
sounds
the best
good.
thing I ate.
Sounds so
I
good.
really like a good bit of fish when it's done properly.
Yeah,
It's good, man.
Yeah.
So, I think it's probably the first time we've had an answer from a 5-star chef.
There we go. The recipe would be up on Game Over Here.
Well, you say that, but someone wanted. I keep getting pestered because we were going to do a cooking show.
Oh no way!
Where I get, but the premise was that I'd be really drunk. So I drink like 4. Because this is the thing is, every time I go out with like my mates or whatever, we get back to my house and I'm really drunk. But they're like, "Oh my God, Simon, make us some bread or cook us something really nice." And I'll cook like horrendously drunk, but I'll do a really good job of it. So we were going to do a cooking show with that, but like, I kind of was worrying for my like personal safety.
I think you should still go ahead with that. It sounds like the best.
I'm really drunk. Like for the first, so when I'm drunk, I'm lazy. So I have like. There's kids' food in the freezer, and I'm like, yeah, turkey motherfucking dinosaurs up in the bitch. However, last week, I sat there, I was pretty drunk. It's about 2 a.m. I was like, I need some food. What we got? We've got some gammon. What can we do? We could do some eggs Benedict in this bitch. But I haven't got any hollandaise. Let's make a hollandaise sauce. At 2 a.m, pissed out my face, and I haven't made one in about a year and a half. And it was delicious. It was absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. Like, but I just felt like afterwards, I looked at the time, I was like, why didn't I just make a sandwich?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. You go to bed at like 5
could've just
a.m.
made
because you spent 3 hours cooking.
Yeah, I could have just made a bacon sandwich. Would have been just as happy, probably.
You know, if we make this show, we're gonna have to have a Stag Beetle versus Simon cook-off.
Oh, mate. The Dr. Pepper ribs can't be beaten. They're the ultimate barbecue sensation.
Yeah. So the first half of the show is basically you two just having a drink off, so you can get absolutely hammered,
Smashed.
and then we'll just fire you into a kitchen.
Every time you need a second ingredient, you have to do a shot. So it's like, oh, I need more salt.
Yeah. Every time you need to
Shot.
go to the fridge, 2 shots.
Man, this needs to happen.
It's so on.
It's not like we promote heavy drinking and eating.
No.
Drink responsibly.
Drink responsibly. If you're driving. Second question. The one that doesn't throw anyone, but we'll throw it out there anyway. What games have you been playing recently?
I've been playing a ton of Armour 3,
Nice.
because they've like properly finished it, and they have a mod called Zeus.
Oh, okay.
So like one player well, it's not mod. I think it's official now. So I think like one player plays as like a dungeon master or like a games master in a traditional like RPG kind of idea, and the other people play as a military squad. But everything that's being thrown at you is by your kind of effective your games master. It's like that Fable game they were showing. You know, the person's setting up stuff for you, and they've got like full control over everything from like the weather to the ambient wildlife and stuff. So they can make like any game that you could want to play, and they can come up with it on the fly. So that's pretty cool. And I also finished. Actually, no, I haven't finished. The DLC for Dishonored.
Oh, okay.
Which was actually surprisingly good. Because you don't know when you get DLC. But
Yeah.
it was actually better than some of the core game. Because obviously it was limited, and they had limited space, and it reuses a few of the environments, but and some of it's like a bit puzzly and a bit contrived. But at the same time, it works really well because it's really contrived.
Yeah.
They've obviously put a lot of thought into getting it like nailing down the gameplay really well. And then the story of Dowd is about 1 billion times more interesting than the inevitable betrayal story of the core game.
So it's almost as like they've looked at the feedback from Dishonored and went, yeah, we really need to work on this. Let's give it some serious thought.
Yeah, and it fills out the character much better than any of the characterization in the last game. So it's pretty good. And I can't think what else I've been playing. I had to uninstall Kerbal Space Program.
I really want to play that, but I know that I'll get ridiculously addicted to it.
Yeah, I have like 100 hours on it or something.
Oh, shit.
Mental.
And that's for an alpha game, and I spend maybe like 8 hours a week gaming at the moment. So having 100 hours on it is crazy for me.
That is pretty impressive.
But yeah, oh wait, I'll have to pull up my Steam. But yeah, I think other than that,
That's probably
I
about
don't
it.
know.
Well, I mean, let's quickly go around here and then and then wrap this baby up, I think. So, Dave, man, what have you been playing, bro?
This week I've been mostly playing Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
And
I've been mostly playing Hearthstone and eating mayonnaise.
It's horribly addictive and insanely frustrating because even on the first couple of cards that you may have lost this game, but there's just part of you that you just keep going.
You're just like, I've got to do this.
And then you just keep going to the point where you're just like, nah. And then
Such a negative vibe, my man.
and then other times,
Any time you can win, you can sneak victory from the claws of defeat, no matter how bad your cards.
there were a couple of games that was like that. I was like down to 1 or 2 health, and I just snuck in at the last minute and screwed them over. And I was like, yes,
Bam.
in your face.
Silent Ninja.
Feel bad.
That's what we like.
Other games, I just absolutely crushed them mercilessly, and I laughed and loved every second of it because I'm an evil, evil bastard. But it's getting to the point now
He was
where
one of these kids, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Back when he was younger, he'd like be playing the game and be like, "Can I stab them?"
I want to set fire to them all now.
Theme Hospital. Can we just make the rats go everywhere?
I think that's maybe why Simon wasn't at the desk, because
He saw me coming.
Yeah, he saw Dave come in, was like, fuck, I'm getting out of here.
Eyes lit up with fire.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm surprised anyone saw Dave. Couldn't fucking find him all.
Yeah, I
bloody
know.
day.
I know, that's it. I was just talking to randoms, and they were pretending to actually be part of the game. Yeah. So a lot of Hearthstone. I've been getting lots and lots of coins, so I've been unlocking packs, which means better cards, which means better decks, and just goes on and on. But they've reset the roster, the rated battles, so I might actually go and play some rated play now, rather than just standard casual.
Okay, fair enough.
I think I'm confident enough that I might
We
actually...
need to play it at some point, man, as well. We need to get on that.
Definitely. Other than that, World of Warcraft, which for about half an hour, at which point it made me insanely angry, so I turned it off.
Good.
Just,
Why did it make you insanely angry?
There's one particular... They've brought in these challenges. The challenges are there to help you play good.
Unlike your English.
Unlike my English. So
I learned from the book.
I speak English good, yes?
I speak good, yes?
So you've got your damage, your healing, and your tanky. And then you've got... It's like rounds, so enemies will appear, and you've got to try and kill them off as quickly as possible. And then obviously it gets harder and harder and harder. And I got to gold rank, at which point it just went... yeah, we're just going to make it ridiculously hard for you now. Good luck. And I just couldn't do it. It's just so hard. But yeah, I was playing it for maybe 2 hours.
Well, maybe you need to just get better.
Or I just need to get better.
Yeah, maybe that's the case.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
Your gear's not good enough, my friend. Your
Nope.
gear's not
So I
good
need to
enough.
go away and
Get
More purple
reassess.
shiny
Do
shit.
some more raids and shit.
Yeah, and
Raid
that.
it up.
That's it really. And Shadowrun, which I haven't finished yet because they keep going. So you think this is the last boss? Nope, there's another one. It's like episode 24. I swear, every time you get to another bad guy and you kill him, there's another dude that pops up in the
Yeah,
shadows.
but the thing is that with 24, like, you just know by hours wise of what's going on, right?
I'd really love it if they did like a 24 and then at like 11, 12,
They ended
like
it.
Jack Bauer just got shot in the head. And you're like, oh fuck. And then it just stopped.
But they still put it on or something.
Like there was just and then it was just flashbacks of his life for like for 12 hours. Him playing as a kid eating ice cream, burning ants.
It's pictures with uplifting music.
Yeah,
you know?
running in the park,
Inspiration of
smiling.
Jack Bauer quotes. We can fucking do this. I know I've only got 3 cards left on Hearthstone, but I'm gonna fucking win. What about you, my man, Leon?
I mean, Watch Dogs, still firmly playing that. I'm really enjoying it. I need to play more of it though.
Yeah.
Because I keep finding myself going back to GTA Online.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Not Final Fantasy 8.
No, I need to. Fuck.
You're banned from that.
I know, but I still need to finish that Let's Play.
It's not really a let's play
It's
anymore.
just.
It's
It's like
just
what.
faff.
Let's watch Leon not do that much on the game.
Let's read.
It is a bit boring, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to announce it now. No more Final Fantasy 8. on
Cody's
Twitch.
just had a heart attack.
On Twitch, it's done.
It's
I'm
done.
not going to because I'm not going to go back to it.
Give a fuck about Final Fantasy 8.
I mean, I love Final Fantasy 8.
Say
still.
it.
I know I'm going to play Final
No,
Fantasy 8
say the
still.
word.
I'm just not.
Give a fuck.
Give a fuck about the Let's Play.
You know, Mike, this is
okay.
just like you and
Yeah.
Madden.
I gave up on Madden. I let it go. I want it back. I feel naked without it.
Anyway, Leo, what else have you been playing?
Oh, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, like on the Madden level. I mean, you're saying you're missing Madden, man. That's-
No, because I know what's going to happen on the 30th of June.
What is going to happen on the 30th of June?
UFC is going to be released. My
Yee.
life is over. Because Watch Dogs. So I was playing that solid. That bad boy was getting played quite a bit. I enjoy Watch Dogs. I don't think it's a bad game in the slightest. I think there's a lot of flaws with it.
Mhm.
There's a huge flaw with it. In fact, actually,
Oh.
have you been chased by the cops to like 5-star before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so get yourself like let's 5 stars. Pretty difficult.
Are you going to go on about that? You can just get in a boat and you
Yeah.
can get away from it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, there's no water.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, there's not even helicopters.
The helicopters don't follow you.
They don't follow you.
Apparently, you're going into international waters when you're about 200 meters out, and then fucking
So they need Jack Bauer on their team. People
they
like
need fucking Jack Bauer. But yeah, so Watchdog, I was playing solidly, and then they released the UFC demo. And I've played. In fact, actually, this might
It might tell you how long
hours I've played. Remember, this is on 3 rounds against. There's 2 characters, and I think it's on easy. But I challenge myself to do different things, like knock them out in 20 seconds, or go the whole fight only using my left hand and random shit like that. But
I like your style.
I might not be able to connect to it from here. We'll see. Apart from that, Watch Dogs I played a lot until that point. I do really like it, actually. I'm going to have to invest some more time in it. I played something else as well.
FIFA.
Oh, yeah. Fucking World Cup. Why have you got me playing FIFA?
Because the football's on.
Motherfuckers. That sucks. I'm so shit at FIFA. It's unbelievable.
Not going to pick up the World Cup game?
The
FIFA
thing is,
Brazil.
the World Cup.
It's only on the old gen, isn't it?
No,
yeah,
it's
but also
isn't it on the next gen?
The
as well?
Ultimate Team stuff has
current
been released and so on. So like, it's this won't let me This won't let me see, motherfucker.
Well, forget it.
I'll find out.
Is it more than 5 minutes?
It's probably more than 20 hours
Nice.
in 4 or 5 days.
That's cool, man. What else has been going on, bro? Anyway,
I've been playing a lot of games. Just playing on my Xbox a lot.
I mean, how was the resurrection?
The Resurrection?
Yeah, because you were dead.
Yeah, that's true. So like, I was dead, and then what happened was this like crusty old man bust into like where I was buried.
Yeah.
And like he had like a fedora on and a whip, and he like held up this little stag beetle kind of jewel.
Yeah.
And then the light hit, and it struck another spot, and then I was like, my Xbox turned back on, and I was back from the dead.
That's crazy, man.
It's a little crazy.
You know,
I mean, some wouldn't believe it.
It was a FIFA related death, right?
It was FIFA related death. Just fucking. I was just
that sounds so good. They should make that into a movie.
Nah.
Maybe nah. I mean, it'd be a great comeback story, Mike. I think we need to pitch this to Sony or something. You know.
Could do. We definitely could do that. No, I fucking hate FIFA. I've decided I'm not playing again, ever again. I'm so gonna play it in the next time I watch football though, because I just think in my mind I
could
can
do that.
Score those goals. And I make the stupid decision to play online. It would be fine if I played not online, but I go, yeah, let's play someone online. And I just have 5-year-olds shouting at me the whole time as they kick my arse.
Epic.
It's painful. Bring back the Madden. Bring back the burn.
When is the new Madden game coming out?
I don't know. We'll probably find out. Probably now. EA are probably saying.
Yeah.
I assume August.
Yeah.
It comes out about that time every time.
Fair enough.
But it'll probably be a load of.
Probably be exactly the same.
Most likely.
As always.
Although actually they just announced. Well, not just announced, but they announced 2 days ago or so.
Okay, go on.
So this is DLC. Like this is getting money out of people really. But I quite like this. In one way. So there's a ultimate edition version. There's ultimate edition, obviously the ultimate team, that's what I always get into.
Yeah.
Apparently it's $10 more, so they better fucking release it in the UK, because they never bloody help us out in the UK for them games. But you get 30 packs straight from the get-go, and you get a guaranteed star edition player. And then you get a limited edition player that is only available from that thing. So he's not a great player, but it's like in exclusive content. But 30 packs is probably, they're £1 each or more.
Yeah, it's not bad really, is it?
For a tenner, I'm going to buy them anyway
at
the start, because everyone fucking does. But yeah.
Well, it makes sense for you then, doesn't it? Makes sense.
They probably won't release it in this country though.
Probably won't.
Bastards.
Probably won't. We do get fucked over here.
Fuckers.
But we do get some cool stuff as well.
We do.
But
What do we get that's cool?
me.
Our plugs are pretty cool.
Me for one.
3-point plug.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to the 2-point snap. Oh shit! I broke it. Plug.
Fuck 2-prong.
Fuck yeah. We're safe with our Earth.
Where have we come to?
I have no idea. So Simon, where can we find your shit, bro?
On Steam somewhere.
This is your whole 5 minutes.
You gotta sell us it now. You got your elevator pitch now.
Well, it's on Steam Early Access, and it's on my website, which is cheaper, and you still get a Steam key, which is good. It's probably on some other stores. No, it will be on some other stores soon. I don't think I've launched on anything else yet. But yeah, and updates coming basically weekly at the moment, because otherwise people get angry and shout at me on the internet.
Is there a stag beetle in it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, man.
Is there going to be a stag beetle in it?
Simon, do an update already. Get a stag beetle.
Yeah.
There's got to be a stag beetle in one of these games.
You should just have like as a random event, giant stag beetle comes over and just munches people and then wanders off.
Yeah, when the light
There
shines.
was a kid
area.
at Minecon who came over, and I wasn't there. I'd sent Nick and Paul, my writer, over that, and the kid came over and went, "Could you put like a space polar bear in it, like a polar bear but in a spacesuit?" And they looked him in the eyes and went, "Yeah, that'll go into the game." I'm like, what? And they tell me this, and this kid starts emailing me like hand-drawn concept art in MS Paint.
Amazing.
And it's fantastically amazing, but I'm like, I can't put this into the game.
You totally could. You should.
You could.
You should have what you should
I
have.
think it should be a little cutscene of some sort of something, and there's this thing, and then a stag beetle crushes it to death, like the dreams of that child.
Oh, see, I was going to say something nice, like you
No,
should
fuck the child. No, don't fuck the child. But
what? I was going to say you should have a space polar bear being ridden by a stag beetle.
being ridden by a stag beetle.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the polar bear ride the stag beetle?
Well, or that.
Giant stag beetle. This has gone to crazy. Oh, before we end, Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes.
Oh my God! Watch that film if you haven't watched it.
I do want to watch it.
It's probably the best film I've seen in so long.
Yeah?
It just was the whole thing. I was cracking up, and like I just really enjoyed that film. It's 3 hours long, and it didn't feel like 3 hours at all.
Oh, okay.
I loved that.
You were
film.
gripped like that.
Oh,
Oh,
100%. Definitely it's not for everyone, but it's about like crazy stockbrokers and drugs and whores and
What's
and
not
whatever.
to love about that?
And it is fucking hilarious. So Stag Beetle tip is if you haven't seen that film, it's out now. Go and get it somehow.
I went and saw
Rent it,
X-Men last week actually.
How was that?
Just to go on that level. If we're gonna go on movies.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, it was really good actually.
Was it?
And I think it followed up nicely from First Class. I mean, I liked First Class myself as well. Yeah, honestly, they did a really good job. Really.
I was
good
told
job.
by a couple of people that I work with, they were like, they just don't feel the newer characters as much. Like apparently, who's the girl that plays Mystique? What's her face? Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Whatever. Like they just weren't feeling her as Mystique or whatever.
Okay, no, fair enough on that kind of point. But I thought everything else though was fairly solid with the movie.
I need to go see that.
Yeah, definitely go and check it out. I think it's worth it. I mean, like, if you're an X-Men fan, for sure, no doubt. But yeah, that's it. Anyway, let's get off this movie stuff.
Let's fucking wrap this shizzle up.
Let's go. So, Simon, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And yeah, good chat.
When is the game gonna fully come out? Do we know yet at all, Simon?
There's a date like towards the end of the summer, which is version 0.5, which is like the completed sandbox.
Okay.
But then we're tacking on we're working on the campaign. I'm trying to think of the words. The full campaign, which is going to be a big story, like 8 hours of gameplay. So it's somewhere near the end of the year now. It keeps getting pushed back.
That's cool, man. Well, I mean, once the game is already and everything, then yeah, it'll be great to have you back on, and we can maybe talk about the new mechanics that are going on in the game.
And get drunk and cook.
Yes.
Yes, this needs to happen. I mean it. Like,
I think this is a brilliant idea. However, if there's no stag beetle in the game, it's not happening. I like drinking, I like eating, I like cooking. So I think
Let's
this
do
is
this.
a brilliant
Let's
idea.
do this. We'll have fire extinguishers on standby. You know?
Burn kits. You need lots of burn kits.
Yeah.
Should have it like an exclusive launch party cook
We
drunk
should
off.
do it like what is it? Ready Steady Cook? Where they have like the bag of ingredients, and we're just given some ingredients. We've got to make some shit.
And Ainsley Harriott. We need Ainsley Harriott.
We need
I love
Ainsley Harriott if we are
Harriott.
doing that.
So you're going to
love
call
that
it
man.
Ready Drink Cook?
I don't think there'll be any ready in that shit. It's just gonna be drank shit. Fucked it. Oh, it tastes good though. If it has bacon in it, it'll be fine.
Bacon's always good. Nom nom nom.
Can't go wrong with that.
Anyway, let's wrap this thing up. So, if you'd like to take part in our conversation, you can either post on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/GameOverYeah.
You can tweet us at GameOverYeah.
If you want to email us, it's contact@gameoveryeah.net.
And obviously, the most important place is GameOverYeah.net, where you can see all of our articles, which is going to be plenty more coming up with E3 coming up.
Actually, need to write some shit. Don't
And
we?
we do.
Yeah, we
we
do.
need to go, which, I'll get onto that. I'll get onto
that.
that. But just before I quickly do the last bit, but we are going to be back on Twitch tomorrow at around sort of around 7, half 7, something like that. Just to talk more about the Sony conference, E conference. We might sort of dip back into the Microsoft conference a little bit after maybe some of the guys have checked it out a bit more.
Yeah.
Then we're also going to have Martin from XCar Media joining us for that one. So he's going
Nice.
to
That'd be good. Always
jumping
good
in.
to get Martin on.
Yeah, no, Martin's. Yeah, it's always a pleasure to talk to
Regular
that guy.
guest.
And actually, on Wednesday, Martin is going to be making a return appearance. Dave, you're not going to be joining us. if I
I'm dead
remember
on
right. Oh, yeah.
Wednesday.
So it's going to be.
He's dead again.
It's going to be me, Mike, and Martin. We've got, I think, Martin's friend Dwight, which I think he also works with XCOM Media. I might be wrong. It might be another developer in there. And I've also got a friend of mine who's going to be writing articles with us very soon, which he'll hear all about that on Wednesday. A good friend of mine, Reece Spencer,
Nice.
who I met at TechFest last year. He's going to be writing some articles for us, and he's going to come and basically have our little roundup on Wednesday, talking about everything E3. So
Nice.
yeah. So it's all going to be on Twitch.
Tell your friends.
So definitely come and tune in. But yeah, anyway, thank you for joining us, and until next time,
Game over, yeah.